What's up, everybody? This is Lyle with No Hippie Barbecue. What we're going to be making today is going to be some enchiladas with some leftover chicken I had from a recent cook. Anyway, this is something that's fairly simple. It's very flexible. You can add things as you want it. There's no real set recipe to it. So what I'm going to do is bring you in so you can see what my ingredients are, and then we'll go from there. So what our ingredients are going to be is I have this leftover chicken. We're going to be using that. I have some poblano peppers. I'm actually going to be using 4. There's 2 more that are cooling off that I'm about to de-skin right now. I did leave the seeds in that, and it's rough chopped. I have some homemade enchilada sauce. I'm going to put a link to this recipe up in the iCard and down in the description. I have some cilantro that's rough chopped. We're just going to be using some sea salt and cumin, oregano, have some diced onions, and I have this Mexican cheese, pretty much almost like mozzarella, so you could probably use that as well. So I'm going to get this cheese shredded up, and next time you see me, we'll be over at the stove. All we're going to do is get these onions and these poblano peppers in here. We're going to cook these down so they get a little soft. I'm going to go ahead and hit this with a little salt as well. So let's just say this is going to take about 4 to 5 minutes, and we'll pick it up once it's done getting cooked down. The poblano pepper are cooked down pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and add this chicken in here. Give this a good stir. Also, I'm going to throw in my cilantro. And now I'm going to turn this down a little bit and let it kind of simmer with a little bit of this enchilada sauce. Then kind of a heads up what I'm going to do on this. I'm going to let this simmer down a while. Let's add a little bit more. I'm going to let this simmer down a while. And then what I'm going to do is, once it's cooled, I'm going to add a little bit of that cheese to it. So we have cheese inside of these tortilla shells, and I am going to be using some corn tortillas on it, and we'll be on to making it. So that's going to be our next step. See you in a bit. Just get done tasting it after it had a chance to simmer for a few minutes. I thought that the enchilada sauce had enough flavor in it where I didn't need to add any additional cumin or oregano. So depending on what you use as the enchilada sauce, if you use a canned enchilada sauce, you may need to add that, but my enchilada sauce was already flavored, so I'm good to go without adding anything else. Well, our chicken's kind of cooking down a little bit. I have my cast iron skillet on medium-high heat, and I'm just going to spray it down with some canola oil spray. And we're going to get these tortillas in there. We just want to cook them down on both sides for about 20-25 seconds on each side, and that's just going to make it easier for us to roll them once we start rolling these enchiladas up. So if you try to roll them and they're not cooked, sometimes they will tear or break, so that's the main reason we're doing this. And they don't need to be, you know, dark brown or anything like that. We just want to hit it real quick on each side. So that's about it. And once I'm done cooking all these things off, we'll be rolling these things up. Yeah, I have some Some of my chicken mixture here, got my cheese, got my tortillas. Now I'm just gonna lay down a thin layer of enchilada sauce. Maybe a tad more. Now I'm going to mix some of this cheese in. And you can make this as cheesy or non-cheesy as you want. That looks about where I'm going to want mine. And now we're going to get rolling. Just kind of stuff it in here, roll it up, put it in this seam side down. And I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of these, maybe do one more right quick, and then it will be off to the oven. Before we go to the oven, you know what I forgot? I'm going to hit it with a little enchilada sauce on top. And some of this cheese. It looks like I have enough for another pan, so I will be doing another pan outside of this one. Alright, so there we go. We're going to go ahead and get this in. I'm going to put it in the oven at about, well, not at about, I'm going to put it in at 350 degrees. And I'm going to probably go for about 25 minutes on it, or until it looks nice and cheesy. Smells like it's going to be great. We'll see how it turns out in a bit. These just came out of the oven. I'm going to go ahead and let these kind of cool down a bit. And once they are a little bit cooler, it'll be time to see if they taste as good as they look and as good as they smell. I had one batch that I cooked a little bit longer just to see if I'd like the cheese a little bit more toasty. And I have one that's not cooked quite as long where the cheese is more white. So I'm going to take a taste test of both of these and kind of see which one I prefer. So I'm going to start with the darker one. Okay. Now the lighter one. I really can't tell the difference in the taste, the appearance. I think I like the lighter one better. But whatever you want to do. Anyway, this is a great recipe. Hope you try it or something similar to it. Thanks for stopping by No Hippie Barbecue. Comment, subscribe, and I'm out.